Real quick, when does Dwight Howard fall out of this? Because
I was thinking about it.
I
was thinking about it, and I didn't want to say it because I didn't know if that was like the one thing where people are like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Dwight's rejuvenating his career in Atlanta.
I don't believe it. Looking at Dwight Howard, if we're talking about eye test, he's like 20. What is Dwight Howard that's done impressive the past 3 years?
He's a dub machine.
Here's the thing. The reason why I think we are looking at Dwight with, like you said, when does he fall out? In Orlando, he was great.
Fantastic.
Then it was a bunch of, I want to be the guy, went to L.A.,
but I ain't the guy.
Didn't fucking work. He went to Houston, had to play with a guy named James Harden.
Who's better than him.
Was better than him, but also hogged the ball, and Dwight Howard's
because he's
a guy.
Better than him.
Well, Dwight Howard plays a position, and Dwight Howard plays the position where you have to feed Dwight Howard. Well, Harden wasn't feeding Dwight Howard like Howard wanted. Let's see what he does in the.
I know, and that's why we all expect
offense.
him to do better in Budenholzer's offense because it's much closer to what they had in Orlando when Dwight had the most success. They've got fairly good shooters on the outside. They've got a good young point guard who can run with him, and it gives him a great opportunity to come back.
Is Dwight good? Is my question.
Yeah, I still think he is.
I would say he's good.
What does he do that's good?
Rebound.
Now.
He'll get you double-digit rebounds a game.
He's a rebounder. He's still a good rim protector.
Kind of.
Scoring-wise,
Not anymore.
I feel like he doesn't have the touch I wish he had.
Statistically, last year, Pau Gasol was a better rim protector than Dwight Howard.
Meh.
And he's on a worse team and was the only guy near that rim.
Test. I think most Bulls fans would tell you that Pau Gasol does not, like, those numbers are great and all, but like
Dwight Howard looks big. Doesn't look that impressive though.
Them shoulders are crazy huge.
I mean, he's quick, but he's not that
the conversation
good.
that I think we're having a year from now isn't if Dwight Howard's going to fall out of, because right now we have him in the top 5. It's not a fact of is he going to fall out of the top 10. I think the conversation we have next year is okay. Hassan Whiteside has passed him, and now Hassan Whiteside's in the top 5, overtaking Dwight.
Well, I just think that it's I for some reason, if we're talking eye test, Dwight Howard for the past, basically since he left Orlando, it's not the wow factor anymore. It's what happened to this guy.
Yeah, but
what happened to Dwight Howard?
The teams that he went to weren't the ideal fit for him.
I understand.
Yeah.
Maybe this is this time, but even
he's a pure fit player.
But even then, like, it's just like, is that worthy of a top 5? I think that we should finally touch this discussion. DeAndre Jordan's our number 4. DeAndre Jordan is not a guy that you could plug in on any team and he will thrive. Will he grab your rebounds? Yeah. Any guy with a wingspan of 8 feet is going to grab your rebounds consistently. I mean, the guy who can jump 40 feet in the air and is 7'6" is going to grab you
and that's an
fucking rebounds.
And that's an interesting thing for all of these rankings. Every single position is, of course, we're all going to have different ideas. Of course, you guys listening are going to have different ideas, but everyone has different criteria. We 3 have certainly proved that. But also, to some people, it may be, you know what? What can you do by yourself? Look at Boogie. It's like, great, he can do everything that you ask him to. Whereas some people may say, shut up and get your coach fired. But
he's very good at that.
Some other people may say, well, how do you play in that system? And that's why other people may have DeAndre Jordan, or in our power forward discussion, may have like a guy like Draymond Green ranked a little bit higher, because it's like, okay, he plays well in this system, especially with this position that we've talked about being they got to have that team around them and they can't do it all by themselves. Like Dave said, you got to feed the beast.
You do, and that's I like the conversation of could Whiteside approach that top 5, and we have him at 7 right now. I feel like
D-Wade's not there anymore.
D-Wade's not there, but he did his best work without Chris Bosh on the floor, which is what's we've gone over the question mark of Chris Bosh's health for a long time.
He ain't gonna worry about that because Pat Riley ain't gonna let Chris Bosh play.
But they do have Goran Dragic out there, who has honestly, like, I feel like they owe. My first initial reaction to that was they overpaid for him, and now I'm like, no, he honestly he's a very capable point guard.
And if we talk,
I like him.
Well, yeah, with Dragic, I like him too. But with Whiteside, he's definitely a stat stuffer, complete stat stuffer. But he's good at it.
Yeah, I know.
He's good at it.
I kind of get like a smile when I think about him. I'm like, yeah, Whiteside.
Because with DeAndre Jordan, he's fantastic at grabbing rebounds, and the reason why
dropping oops.
He's going to stand near the basket. But the thing with Whiteside is, give him the ball, and he'll be dominant. he will dominate he'll just dominate everyone on the court. With DeAndre Jordan, he can't do that. DeAndre Jordan can't dominate people. With Dwight Howard, he used to be able to dominate people. I don't think Dwight can do that anymore. Whiteside can. Whiteside proved that.
Well, and another thing I just thought of is another thing that makes this kind of hard is we are playing in a completely different, well, we're not playing, but they're playing in a completely different NBA that we grew up on.
I thought we were. Thought we were in the NBA.
Fuck.
Thanks for the reality check, Ricky.
No. I know I can. I can't run a good enough 40. Maybe Tim Tebow can.
Well, you don't need to run a 40 for the NBA. This is why he's not in the NBA.
You got to be able to get up and
He's
down.
at the NBA Combine running 40s out there.
He's in Indianapolis at the NBA Combine. He's in the wrong place.
Got to be able to get up and down the court, and I definitely can't do that. But like back in the day, and I kind of thought about it today watching the Hall of Fame induction stuff, and you look at Shaq's interviews, and what does Shaq talk about? The getting the ball, putting a spin move, working it down low. We got the whole, like, I just look at the Warriors, and it's like the big man has changed so much in this game to where we're not looking at it going, who's got the best front court? It's who's got the best back court? Who's got the best guards? And it's a guard-driven league now more than ever. Maybe that's another reason why some of these are like, oh, I got this guy higher, but you've got this guy higher because they fit different styles, different eras.
Yeah, no, I understand that. But, I mean, we talk stat stuffer. I mean, we got Drummond it too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Drummond is old school as it gets.
But he's also he's a guy like Whiteside who can dominate.
He can dominate, that's certain, and he puts up stupid numbers. But again, was not a great team, and I feel like those numbers were slightly inflated. And the man can't shoot just free throws.
But also we're high on Detroit.
I was going to ask that. I was just going to ask that.
Free throw percentage needs to count when we talk about centers.
Well, when you guys were personally ranking this, how much did you put the free throw percentage into your calculation?
A little bit.
Because for me, with Tristan Thompson, I'll tell you, it played a big deal with Tristan Thompson. Can't hit a fucking free throw unless it's the finals.
You had DeAndre Jordan, too.
That's why I knocked him down.
Yeah.
I knocked him down from 1. 2, it was one of those things where, he can't hit a free throw, but he's like Tristan Thompson didn't have that whole other side of his game to outweigh that.
You bring that up, and you're 2 and 3, shoot a combined like 83% out of 200%.
Who would you rather have, DeAndre Drummond or
DeAndre Drummond? That's who I want on my team.
Together or Tristan Thompson?
Who would I rather have on my team?
I would never have Tristan Thompson.
Exactly. That's why.
That's not a question.
There's
Ricky.
like to me, it's one of the things.
No, it's like who'd you rather have? You know, this weird
heartbeat over DeAndre Jordan.
Well, as would I.
I feel like DeAndre Jordan is closer to Tristan Thompson than DeAndre Jordan is closer to Andre Drummond. I would say that because
that's interesting. I want to pick on you for that. Remember what happened when DeAndre Drummond? God, I'm doing it too.
Whatever.
Thank you for destroying me. DeAndre Jordan became the number 2 option on that Clippers team when Blake was out. He put up phenomenal numbers for, I think it was about 2-3 weeks. And it was like 20 and 15 with a couple blocks every night. And he was absolutely destroying it. But, he stepped up in that role when they needed to. And then he kind of brought it back down to reality a little bit. But if he was capable of maintaining that and, maintain the full minutes, I don't know. I feel like he could be capable of it. But at this point in his career, he's not. And Drummond is the younger guy who is dominating down low almost all the time and just pulling those numbers and then some.
Yeah, but with DeAndre, though, it's DeAndre, I think, is closer to Tristan Thompson. He's better than Tristan Thompson, I'm not saying.
Obviously, yeah.
But, like, style and play-wise, I mean, you could plug these guys in any other team, and they're not going to be able to be, like, a number 1. You can't rely on these guys like a number 1. You could do that with Drummond.
That's true.
You can't be like, hey, Tristan Thompson, score me 20 points. You can't do that. Hey, DeAndre Jordan, we'll give you the ball.
I don't know.
We'll give you the ball every possession. Try to score 20 points against a top defender.
But Drummond we've never seen that. Tristan Thompson's always had LeBron.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's got LeBron, K-Love, and Irving. I'm not asking Tristan Thompson to do that. I'm not.
Here's a question I got. How many years do you take it until Cat overtakes Boogie for the top spot?
At the end of the year.
Yeah, currently we have Boogie as our number 1.
Not even 1 year.
1 year.
Not even 1 year.
So in the middle of this year, you're saying Cat overtakes him?
Without a doubt.
Wow.
Versatility, he's more efficient, he's better.
I think we got to see at least this year and then the year after.
Did you not see Boogie spank Cat?
It's 1 year.
I understand.
He's got an offseason to get better.
He's got time to grow. He's got the great.
Cat's 21.
He's got one of the best coaches in the league now.
Cat's 21, dude.
I understand, but Boogie's still fucking Boogie.
I'm not saying Boogie's bad. I'm saying Cat's going to be a top 5 player
Boogie's
in the league.
consistently proven that he's the best center in the league.
Boogie.
That's why he's number 1 for me.
Good.
I'm not saying
I think you're
he's not.
disrespecting him by saying the Cat is going to overtake him in the middle of this year.
Without a doubt.
That's outrageous.
Without a doubt in my mind.
Outrageous.
I think Karl Anthony Towns is going to shock the world.
Cat is
Not
a
even
phenomenal
shocked.
player. I don't disagree with that.
Cat's going to be 2 by the end of this year for sure.
I was just going
I
to say
think
that.
Cat
Do you
overtakes
think he-
Drummond. I agree with that because Drummond can't shoot his free throws.
Well, it's also versatility. Boogie and Cat versatile
what they bring to the
as
table
centers.
is different than everybody else.
Yes,
Yeah, I
versatile
agree.
without a doubt. Cat might be the better defender. Might be a better defender than Boogie, and I think that he'll be able to show that. And I think versatility-wise, Cat's still developing his shot. I think he had similar numbers 3-wise.
He could be scary.
Yeah,
Cat will be scary.
3-wise. And also, if I'm going to say, hey, handle the ball for me, I'm giving it to Cat over Boogie.
I kind of want to just give it to Boogie because entertainment factor alone.
Yeah, well,
The man's in Sacramento on an island. He's gonna do whatever he feels like, and I enjoy watching Boogie play.
but then again, like bad team, bad team inflated stats with Boogie.
But he's got Papa Giannis, guys.
he's gonna lose some minutes to Papa John's.
I'm saying last year.
No, that's why he's gonna lose minutes to Papa John's this year. So therefore, Cat's gonna overtake him because he's on limited playing time. Thank you for solving that Sphinx-like mystery, Ricky.
Also,
You nailed that.
last year, Karl Anthony Towns 34% from 3, Boogie 33, and that was his first year. And Karl Anthony Towns is not even 21; he's 20. 20 years old. Karl Anthony Towns is going to be fantastic. And it's just Karl Anthony Towns is going to be on a better team. He's going to be around players that are going to help him
We
grow
actually
more.
want to play basketball
Yeah.
and like to play and like him as a person.
And Jaeger's a great coach.
Yeah, I
and
was
I'm not
going
trying
to
to take
say,
that
they
away
could do
from him.
Jaeger bombs all night in Sacramento.
Yeah, Jaeger's not a bad
I'm
coach
pretty
at all.
sure no one would notice.
But no one would.
I'm saying.
We're just shitting on teams tonight.
Move the Kings of Seattle. Do it. Bring back the Sonics.
Karl Anthony Towns is going to be the number 1 center
Now,
by the end of this year.
I think it takes, at the end of this year, the conversation revs up, and then that second year, we actually see it happen.
Cat's third year.
Cat's number 1. I'm going to say Cat's number 1 by the end of this year. Boogie's still going to be there. And it's not going to be like Boogie's going to fall like
I wish
completely
this-
off the
I
face. I just think
wish
Cat's
that
going to
this-
step up
I
completely.
wish that this was something so concrete to where I could say, oh, I want to bet it, but really you can't, because at the end of the year, they could play their games, and I go, no, Boogie's number 1. You can say, no, Cat's number 1.
I don't think there's going to be a discussion.
I think there will be.
I don't think there's going to be a
think there
discussion.
will
Sean, very sure of yourself tonight.
Cat is going to be the number 1 center. By the end of the year, he's going to be in the top 5
Here,
players
question-
in the NBA next year.
Last question I got for you.
Go.
At the end of this year, do we now not have Omira Sheik or Timothy Mozgov as the worst center in the NBA?
Because they could be starters.
Well, Mozgov's getting paid starter money. He gonna start.
Robin Lopez will be there.
I don't believe
Zubac.
it.
He's thinking Zubac's
I
being
like
a starter.
I like the man. I think he
Zu-
showed up huge in the summer league.
Zubac gonna grow into a Golbach, right? Golbach, right?
God.
Pokemon.
Not Gobert, though.
Not
It's a
Gobert.
stretch. Anyways, let's wrap this up. Main points is that Cat's fantastic.
That's one. Vucevic is 2. Like, that's what you're going at, Sean,
and
right?
Vucevic for Cat, straight up.
Yeah,
It's gonna
I think
work.
we would all do that.
And you guys just now
Add
know
another
if
starter.
if you're looking to get anything for Sean for his birthday, just get him a Cat jersey. I love it.
Probably Cat and Chris Dunn for Vucevic.
JJ Redick.
That's a fair trade.
JJ
Well,
Redick.
well,
JJ
You're
Redick-
right. Throw in the 13. JJ Redick has to go as well.
Deal.
But no in between.
Dave,
They
this
need
is
a shooting guard.
Dave, this is a question for you. Do you think Sean would like a Clippers JJ Redick or a Duke one better?
Well, obviously Duke.
Yeah.
No question.
I'm not
it's
even
Duke.
a Duke fan, but Duke. Duke's got some slick jerseys.
You got the memories in Duke.
Duke's
Come on.
got some slick jerseys.
The,
he was
the
a
black
monster.
with the blue lettering. That's my favorite.
I like the classic blue and
I
white
like
though.
I like
Blue
the
and white's
black.
solid.
Or white and blue. I like the away. Would that be away or home jerseys?
It'd be away.
Don't even know.
The
what
The
it was.
blues.
Anyways.
The colors are
Hey,
away.
if you want to
usually.
talk,
Oh,
if you
well,
want to
then
listen
I
to
want
us
the
talk
home-
about
I want the home
jerseys,
jerseys,
or Sean talk about jerseys, you can go back to last year, around the same time when Sean did a
We're gonna wrap
a
this up.
nostalgia.
We're gonna wrap
jersey
this up.
thing?
Yeah.
The Piston jerseys are awesome. Just
We're gonna
saying.
Yeah, you were
the
incorrect there.
90s Pistons jerseys. Teal, Grant Hill.
We're gonna wrap this up. Yeah. Basically, what we're taking away here is if you want to give us jerseys, go with Timberwolves jerseys. Ricky's probably the Wiggins of this group.
Don't forget that Buck jersey.
No, Chris
with
Dunn
the
for
buck
starter.
across the buck across the front.
Actually, give Ricky a Ricky Rubio jersey since he won't be on the team in
No.
January.
Ricky Rubio
yeah, no,
jersey.
since you won't be on the team in January.
no,
He's getting the boot.
No, get it since you won't be on the
both of
team
you.
in January.
I'd rather have, if that's the
'Cause
case, I'd
Rick-
rather have an Omer Shika jersey.
Well, we're getting
A
Minnesota.
Sheikah.
We're getting
Yeah,
we're
Well,
getting
only
Minnesota
Minnesota.
teams. Timberwolves. We're getting Minnesota, so we're all going to be at Minnesota.
Yeah. And
you're
since-
Ricky Rubio because Ricky Rubio won't be on the Timberwolves in January, and you won't be at MVP in January.
Yep.
Sure,
Called it.
whatever.
All right.
Nailed it, Sean.
You're Chris Dunn?
Yeah.
Or do you
Why
want to be
not?
Wiggins?
I'll take any of the above.
right.
I'll be honest. All of those guys, I am super excited, and there's a reason why.
Georges Dieng?
No. There's a reason why they're ranked 5th overall in NBA 2K17.
That's not his name.
No, I know.
Georges Niang is on
no,
the Pacers.
Dieng. It's Dieng.
It's yeah, who
Dieng,
cares?
not
Whatever.
Niang.
This is a train wreck. Thank you for listening, everybody. This is gonna wrap.
This is what happens with late night podcasting.
This is terrible pod. No, I'm kidding. Not terrible podcast.
I'm hungry.
This weird end of a podcast. Thank you so much for listening to this last 5 minutes of a train wreck of a pod. Whatever. Thank you for listening. This is my third outro. If you're listening on Blog Talk Radio, thank you so much. And if you just turned into your first fast break, we're not usually this off. But thank you so much for listening on Blog Talk.
I think
Hit a
we're
like.
on. We're always on.
I'm feeling it.
Hit a like if you're on Blog Talk Radio. If you're listening on YouTube, hit a like as well. And don't forget to subscribe. If you're also, find us on Twitter. Find us on Instagram now, too, at Most Valuable Pod. Find us on Snapchat. Find us on Facebook. And it's going to wrap all this up. Thank you so much for listening. And tune in next week when we rank 6 men of the NBA,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll see you next week.
Thank you for listening to this MVP podcast. Follow us on Twitter at Most Valuable Pod for more great podcasts.